That wasn't beverage related. But what we are going to do is definitely beverage related, because that's what we are. We are beverages. We are about that.
We are about beverages. We always do something beverage related. Like the last podcast earlier from the week, the last video we did was a seasonal Christmas ale from Anchor,
right?
Which was good. And I said, I can't remember what you brought, Keith, but could you bring something that maybe just goes a little darker? Because I'm a stout guy. I like that this time of year. I mean, I like all kinds of beers, but that's one like I'm starting to think of. And you said, what did you say? You looked right at me and you said,
I said, here are some choices.
Yeah.
And you picked one of them.
I did pick one of them.
You did pick one of them.
I did pick one of them.
I still have the other choice, which might be interesting as well.
Okay.
Because I still have, it's a 3-year-old version versus the current version.
Well, don't tease that, because we don't have that tonight.
We don't have that tonight.
What we do have tonight is a stout from the Brooklyn Brewery. For this Give It a Shot, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the black chocolate stout.
That's right.
From Brooklyn Brewery.
That is from Brooklyn Brewery. Right there. That is the bottle we will be opening. Well, not the bottle, but a bottle.
It's a picture of that's very similar to the bottle.
Yeah, very similar.
It's not the exact bottle, but this is a seasonal offering. We're reading it's available from now through March is what they're saying.
Yeah.
But we've had other things from them. I don't know if we've podcasted on them, but we had the Black Ops, the Brooklyn Brewery Black Ops, which comes in a bomb or a 25.4
Yeah, is that
ounce.
one barrel aged in some way?
That is, I think that's really good.
I think it uses a champagne yeast as well, that one is very good. It's very unique.
Yeah.
It's got kind of that brighter, like you can almost kind of taste the champagne quality to it. That one is very good. There's that sour too that we've had that was quite good, and I can't remember the name of that one.
And they've been, and this one is a Russian Imperial Stout, and it's been around, or they've been doing this since 1994 every year. So
18 years and 10% too. I was kind of shocked at that.
Yeah.
When truth be told, I had one of these at Thanksgiving because you had bought them, and I've revealed to me tonight
since Thanksgiving.
Okay, so we've both had one separately.
Correct.
We did not write notes. We probably had many other things already. Maybe not you, but I had.
I had something before I had this. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was toward the end of the arc, I believe, for you on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that was about as we were. No, that was the start of then we moved way into the dark arc. I think that was right as Jason and Heidi had gotten over.
Okay.
And there was our friends had come over, and the evening took a turn for the to the dark
in a good way.
In a very good way.
Went down a dark road. But in the good way.
Yeah, very much.
Yes.
All right. Well, we can't open this bottle, but we need an actual bottle, which I don't see here on the table again.
I brought it in.
We've got our glasses.
There he is,
Phil.
He's always there for us.
He is always there for us.
We should know by now.
Phil,
when we can't find the bottle, he's got it.
And he's watching it. We appreciate it. This one he has not opened. Some of our whiskeys he's opened.
Yes. And the level has gone down.
The level has gone down,
so we know he's more of a whiskey fan. But, thank you, Phil. I'm going to grab that from you.
Okay.
I always like the B. I like their logo on there.
I do too.
Cool.
I always Garrett Oliver, I believe, is the name of the brewmaster
that is
there.
Correct. Yes.
He has like some wonderful books on cooking with beer, and I love it. He has a fantastic Twitter feed that you should follow. He's a very interesting. I would borderline call him a Renaissance man. It seems like he does a lot of, everything and just takes in the world and just I don't know. I really enjoy his Twitter account and his just feelings about food and beer and all these things. So yeah,
because they pair very well together. That was one of the things I remember early on from our podcasts that Eric Green of Dragoon Brewing, he liked how we talked about food so much with beverages. Mm-hmm. I always remember that, and I always appreciated that feedback because we always said, "What would you eat with this?"
Yeah, we used to do a little bit more of that, and sometimes like our last podcast, it actually just came up naturally, which is great. We both kind of had two very different suggestions on what would work with the Christmas ale.
Right. Yeah. Because it was that versatile.
Yeah, it was, surprisingly. Well, it's the color I was assuming it would be, black.
Black chocolate.
Yeah, is none more black, as Spinal Tap would say.
With a nice little brown foamy head there. To me, it's very mild. There's a little chocolate, but it's very reserved. I don't get much else.
Reserved is the word I was going to use as well. Like I said, it's it's very light. There is definitely some more toward the dark chocolate because there's a little bit of like fruit, like semi-sweet / dark chocolate, I should say. There's a little bit of that with a little bit of a fruit note coming through, and then it's just pretty mild, little light sweet in there as well. It's a very nice aroma, but it's not like I said, other than those couple layers, it's not going, like I said, it's not going wild, which is fine. Like there's nothing wrong with that. But it's definitely just kind of.
It's not one of those where you're like, ooh, oh wow, God, oh my gosh, can't wait to taste this.
Yeah,
you're kind of like,
I still can't wait to taste it.
Right, but you're like hoping there's a little bit more in there than the aroma.
I'm hoping there
there
would be a little bit more that is under this beautiful frothy foam head. I'm hoping there's a little bit more in there, but like I said, no, the aroma is very nice. Just for me right now, it's hitting just those couple notes.
Okay,
all right. I'm going to say that I like I said, I think there was a little more depth here in the taste. There's not a lot more, but I think there's a little bit. And I would like to say I really approve of them staying fairly true to a Russian Imperial Stout. It's a little on the drier side. They don't go too crazy with because that's a style where people throw it out just because they're saying like, oh, I'm making a heavy dark stout.
Right.
And all of a sudden they start like throwing in all these other, like a little bit too much.
Right.
I think this is one of those things where I feel it's handled with a deft hand, where it's like I'm still getting that, where it's still the dry. It's a little on the thinner side, but then I'm still getting the chocolate. I'm getting a little bit of fruit. I'm getting also a little bit of, there's like, I don't know if it's like a little bit of vanilla. There's something else in there, like a lighter sweet note that's kind of coming through. And it's surprisingly lip smacky. As I've taken a few sips, like after every sip, I'm really having to kind of like it's not like oatmeal stout lip smacky, but it's like in that ballpark where I feel like there's
a little bit,
there's definitely some
residual
stickiness to it.
Yeah. I agree that the chocolate is there. It's not overwhelming. I get a little alcohol, a little bit of the heat, not a lot, but a little bit. And yet, no, there's definitely, after a few sips, you've got that residual sweetness on your lips.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. That's like I said, that's kind of what's hit me a little bit.
There's the chocolate, little fruit from a dark chocolate sort of standpoint.
That's what it is. There's a little something kind of earthy in there. I made a joke off camera about that I could really taste the fuggle.
Oh yeah,
but it is kind of like that hop is kind of more earthy kind of hop, and I like a little spice. Like I get a little bit of that in there. It might not necessarily be from that hop, but there's a little bit of that in there as well. There's a little earthy note. It's not quite like wood or anything because there's no barrel aging going on with this. But
that joke was off camera. But if you watch us live every Thursday that we're here on Twitch, you can see that behind the scenes.
You could have seen that. That's right. You could have seen me make that joke twice.
And be like, okay, I know that.
Oh, great. Here's coming.
So I brought over two.
You did.
The reason I brought you two is because
I guessed many things and I could not pick it up.
Because when I had this, I didn't like it.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, when I went back to get the 1212, which we tried before we started recording tonight.
Speaking of live stuff.
Yes. I thought, well, I'll grab an extra one of those just in case. I didn't think we'd probably need two for the podcast, but I thought maybe, and I thought, well, I remember you saying you'd like this. Mm-hmm. I didn't like it. I'll give you one. And I actually like this tonight, though. I don't know, maybe whatever I had before this.
Sure.
It didn't build well upon. Maybe the food I had, it didn't well, or who knows. But tonight I'm liking this a lot more than I liked it and I like that how you said they didn't layer a whole bunch of different stuff on just to be able to say, well, it's higher alcohol. It's
right.
It's there, but it's a nice. It's a refined, I guess, sort of 10% and dark chocolate and all those notes I think are balancing really well. So no, this is I'm enjoying this much more than I did the last time that I had it. So
yeah, when I had it at Thanksgiving, I can't remember what I'd had before, but this is definitely one of the earlier like dark beers I had, and it was like it was perfect when I had it because it was just it wasn't fully going like I said crazy with a bunch of different flavors, but like it had just that really nice balance, just well made. Like I said, Imperial Stout that happens to have some chocolate going on as well.
Malt note right there too.
Really?
Yeah, just a little bit right there. As it warms up, I'm getting that roastiness.
Yeah,
that from that. So no, that's
I like I said, that's definitely one that
very good.
Yeah, that's definitely one that I would seek out for sure. as I'm picking up other holiday things as it gets to be so cold here in southern Arizona.
Ooh, chilly.
Ooh, the abominable snowman. Ooh.
Tell me when it's over.
Tell me when it's
We
over.
like how he protects himself with the umbrella.
Yeah.
Tell me
He's
when
like
it's
just
over.
kind of quivering. Exactly. But if you are looking for other beverages, seasonal or otherwise, things that could be good any time of year, you can always go to our website, AboutBeverages.com, or check out our YouTube page. That is where we will have our latest videos, podcasts, all that kind of stuff goes up there, and you can watch it right away. You can even make your own little playlist of things if you're like, oh, I want to see all the dark beers they've done. You can go through and pick it and just start listening to those, whether you're on the go or at home or whatever. If you're making a seasonal selection, it doesn't have to be beer. It could be wine.
Sure. Could be, so many other things.
Could be mineral water.
Could be, yes. It could be smoothie advice.
Oh, we haven't done a smoothie in a long time. That was one of our early ones.
Could be chocolate eggnog.
Chocolate eggnog. Damn you, Trader Joe's, for not having the chocolate eggnog
where
anymore.
you can get that anymore, but can't get it at Trader Joe's.
I guess you could make it yourself, I suppose. Find a good eggnog and then just add some chocolate. Yeah,
a bunch of chocolate in there.
Yeah, that was always very good. And if you're looking for other silliness like this or things we might be doing behind the scenes, you can always check us out most Thursday nights at twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, usually around 5:30 Pacific.
Yes.
Is about when we start, depending on when the time is, time change, season of the year, all those kinds of things. You can find us there.
That's right. But but also too on the platforms. The
Platforms.
Instagram, the Twitter, and the Facebook.
That's true. We do those social media things too.
We do those.
That's very true. Twitter being the really good one because you'll always know when we go live, if I'm going live throughout the week, when we're podcasting, whether you're trying something, tasting, I'm tasting something, it'll always wind up going up out there. News articles we find interesting, we'll throw them out there.
That's right.
Just general good fun. We don't do too much because, we don't want to,
And who knows what's coming in the year 2020? Who knows?
What do you got?
I don't know.
We could be on something else.
We could, and who knows? Maybe there'll be some other changes, new things. You never know. We'll figure it out.
People are really demanding swag, so I think for the new year we definitely have to come up with a couple shirts that we like.
Okay.
And pens. People seem to really want the pens.
They are cool pens.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get a few more of those and kind of create a little store. So that'll be the plan. But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
You should give it a shot.